Although comedy is all but dead today, Hollywood has always loved the romantic comedy. After all, they're easy and cheap. Kinda like my last date. Everyone goes to the movies or watches a movie together at least once when dating, right? So, romantic comedy is perfect for that. So, I found one from back in the day, a real classic that I think is really good. This time, we're talking about That Touch of Mink from 1962, starring Cary Grant and Doris Day. This movie sparkles, and no wonder. Usually, this kind of thing would star Rock Hudson, as he and Doris Day were in several successful movies together. They were like peanut butter and jelly. They went together so well in this kind of movie, but he wasn't available. Instead, we have Cary Grant, an actor who could do just about anything, including light romantic comedy, and look great doing it, the same as he could doing drama. And of course, Doris Day, veritable sunshine in human form. Doris Day was the sort of entertainer who could also do anything. Sing, of course, but she could dance, play comedy, drama, you name it. The great Oscar Levant once quipped, "I knew Doris Day before she was a virgin." That's because Doris had a squeaky clean image, and she tried to live up to it. See, no one would ever think she'd have makeouts. No, not Doris. In just about every picture, she was, well, virginal. Even when her character had kids. People just kind of assumed she must have adopted them, or they sprang spontaneously out of thin air or something. but that was her image. It was safe and fun, and you knew Doris would do no wrong. Behind the scenes, her life wasn't always so sunny, but that virginal public persona, that image, is what makes the premise of this movie such a hoot. Let's get into it. Our story goes like this. One rainy day in New York City, Cary Grant is on his way to work. He plays a wealthy businessman and bachelor, and as such, he has a lot of experience with the ladies, and he's living the high life. We should all be so lucky. And on top of that, he's a really nice guy. Then his limousine accidentally splashes mud on the unemployed, klutzy working class Doris Day, ruining her dress. And just like that, their fates are sealed. She's mad at first. Then she meets Cary Grant. Well, they wind up in a will they or won't they romance. Now, Cary wants some action, and Doris wants he should put a ring on it first. He tries impressing her with his money and lifestyle, even gets her down to Bermuda for a hot weekend. He's her ideal and the perfect man, Mr. Right. But naturally, he doesn't get anywhere. Later, Doris figures, hey, why not? But she's so nervous she gets smashed drunk before Cary arrives for the planned makeouts. So naturally, nothing happens. So will they or won't they? It all winds up happily, as you might expect. Along the way, we meet Cary Grant's best friend and associate, played by Gig Young. He's a hoot, seemingly depressed because he's successful and the common man isn't. Grant keeps threatening him with a raise and promotions to get him to do what he wants. Oh, and the great Audrey Meadows from The Honeymooners is here as Doris's friend and roommate. Now, she works at the world-famous Automat. It was a real thing, and we get to see it in the movie. See, the Automat was kind of like a cross between a lunch counter and a big vending machine, only for freshly made food. There were all of these little glass doors with food behind them, and you'd put a coin in, and the door would open so you could take out the plate of food. We also get to see behind the scenes where the food is prepared and placed in the slot, so it's pretty cool, kind of retro. If that weren't enough, Audrey's boss is none other than Richard Deacon, Mel Cooley from the Dick Van Dyke Show. He appeared in a lot of these. Still not awesome enough for ya? Well, guess what? John Astin from the Addams Family is here too. He also played the Riddler at least once. Look fast for Dick Sargent from Bewitched, and John Fielder, who played Mr. Hengist in the original Star Trek episode Wolf in the Fold. This is a gentle, fun comedy, and half the joy is how the characters mug to the camera or do double takes at what today would be very innocuous innuendo. It's clean, sophisticated comedy from back in the day. It's light, it's bright, and it sparkles like champagne. I'm giving That Touch of Mink 3 1/4 paws up. Well worth a watch. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.